everybody. Welcome back to the Nest with your least favorite host, Michael Keller. This is episode 8, I believe. If I'm gonna have trouble remembering what episode on, I really should space these out, because if I can't remember fucking 8, I don't know how I'm gonna remember once I get into double digits. But anyway, episode 8. Thank you for tuning in. I'm looking at the episodes now that I already posted. First one is at 102 views, and I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who listened and shared and who has enjoyed these so far. I've liked doing them for you guys. So, that really means a lot to me, that it's even, it might not seem like a lot, especially for like YouTube videos, but that's a lot for me, and it means the world. So thank you all for tuning in. Sorry if my voice is a little weird this morning. Haven't had much to eat. You know what I did have? I had these, it's this Eggo cereal. I got the blueberry kind, and it's fucking fuego. So if anyone out there is looking for a new cereal, 8 out of 10 recommend that. I'm not going to give it the full 10, because it gets soggy kind of quick, which I don't fuck with cereal. That's why I can't eat Frosted Flakes. And if Frosted Flakes is your favorite cereal, you had a shitty childhood. Sorry to say that, but you clearly didn't experience any Lucky Charms, any Fruit Loops, anything like that, anything with real flavor, because Frosted Flakes fucking suck. It literally just becomes like paper mache in 3 seconds once you pour milk in that bitch. So fuck Frosted Flakes. But yeah, Eggo cereal, pretty good. Sorry, I'm hearing a motion. The fuck? People outside. This guy with his fucking dog yelling for some reason. Like I shouldn't be able to hear you from up in my room if you're walking your dog outside with no one else. Who are you talking to? But anyway, yeah, that cereal was good. Not a 10 out of 10. I'm a child, so my 10 out of 10 would be that s'mores cereal. That's like little graham cracker bits with like chocolatey marshmallow. So good. Can't find it much anymore, which is disappointing, but I was also a big fan of those, the Halloween cereals, like the Boo Berry, the Frankenberry. Not a big Count Chocula guy. The dude always creeped me out a little bit with his big dick nose and giant chin. Always just looked like a bit of a creep, so I'm not fucking with his cereal. Sorry, Count. But yeah, this is episode 8. I'm gonna try to add a little more structure to these shows too. Once I figure out what it should be. My one friend Zach sent me in a pretty good suggestion about having different episodes be about different things, like maybe music or movies, and then other ones could be guests. So we'll see. So far, I'm liking just tossing this on whenever I feel like it. Like today, after my fucking we just had our first French test on a Zoom. This dude is such like a stickler about it. He was like, "Oh, if I cannot see your face, then your test will not it will not count." It's like, dude, does it really matter? Like, and then I checked too. He wasn't even looking at the fucking screen half the time. Moron. But anyway, that killed that shit. Fucking slayed it. Probably not, but what else? Oh yeah, so this weekend I saw for the first time that movie, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas with Johnny Depp, and I had no idea Benicio del Toro was in it, and not only in it, but in it as like a major role. Let me see when that came out. Actually, Fear and Loathing. I know it was like a book or some shit by that by Hunter S. Thompson. Let me see. 1998. Okay, way later. I thought it was at least like early 90s. But that movie is like, it's not hard to watch for anything. It's just like tiresome. You just, at any point, you're looking for it to a fucking break from just the insane shit going on. Also, the fact that, for anyone that doesn't know, it's like semi-biographical of Hunter S. Thompson, I'm pretty sure, who also, if you haven't seen the movie, it's basically just about doing like a shitload of drugs and being like a journalist at the same time. I feel like there's a bunch of different theories about what the movie's actually about, but when you just watch it for the first time, that's really all you can fucking pay attention to is just this guy is like a goddamn petri dish of just different drugs and bullshit going on. I do fuck with, you know, what I gotta say about it, the one thing I did notice all throughout the movie, guy knew how to throw an outfit together. Always was wearing something that I would put on myself and looked solid. I'm sure it would even look better if you were just, 3 miles high on any fucking drug you can imagine. But anyway, a decent movie. I like it too because the director is Terry Gilliam, one of the members of Monty Python. And I believe the only American in Monty. Yeah, he's from Minneapolis, Minnesota. That's about as fucking American as you can get. Oh shit, he's 80 years old. Good for you, Terry. Good for you. But yeah, that movie, like you just want like a breather at any point because it's just the most ridiculous shit happening nonstop. Like, I don't even know how to describe it. Like, 'cause each scene is just more and more. It's kind of like if anyone saw Midsummer or Midsommar, as I like to call it. How they have all like the trippy, like once they get to the place and they just start tripping sack through the whole time. Like you'll just see like the trees start moving, or you'll see it kind of from their perspective. There's a lot of that in this movie, but instead of just taking like LSD, they're taking like fucking 10 other things on top of it. So it's just like a walking nightmare for like an hour and a half. But I'd recommend it. I think it's worth watching at least once just because I feel like everyone knows about it or has at least fucking seen that picture, the poster for it where Johnny Depp's neck is all long and bent, and then he's got the big head with the glasses and then the cigarette and the little holder. Also, I fuck with that. I don't know why. Something about those little cigarette holders I just find appealing and cool. Can't say that smoking doesn't make you look cool in a way. It might be stupid and super unhealthy for you, but it just does. I'm sorry. You can make up your own mind on that, but that's what I think about it. What else? I've been watching a shitload of Bar Rescue. One of my favorite shows. You can never go wrong. And it's always on for some reason, especially like during the day. Oh, there's just got fucking marathons of Bar Rescue on, and I can never get enough of John Taffer in his big, unfitting suits yelling at people that have no clue what they're doing. Like, they don't even mean, like, so many of the people that have the bar, anytime they ask them, they're just like, oh, like, yeah, I just saw this spot, and I thought it'd be fun to own a bar. Have some friends, get some drinks and stuff. Like, all of them buy bars for the most idiotic reasons. Like, they buy the bars because they like going to bars, which isn't a good reason to have one. Like, I like going to amusement parks, and I like going to shopping centers and shit and museums, but I don't want to fucking own one because you know what it is? It's fucking work like anything else. Just because you have it doesn't mean you get to like enjoy the luxury. It's like, oh yeah, I want to get into real estate just because I want to have a lot of houses. Like, that's not at all how it works, but I feel like these people are too fucking stupid to figure that out before they invest, $1 million. That's another thing too. When the episode starts and they give you like the little rundown of it, and they'll be like, oh, this place is this bar in Albuquerque, New Mexico, which for whatever reason, there was like 3 bars in Albuquerque in the episodes I was watching last night. But wherever it is, it would be like, oh, this bar is this shape, whatever, blah, blah, blah. The owners are doing this, and they currently find themselves in $1 million debt. Like, you're fucked at that point. You're fucked beyond belief if you were $1 million in debt. Having some dude come in and yell at you for a week and just like change the color scheme inside isn't going to all of a sudden bring in so much business. And not to mention, the only reason people are going to come to that place is because they know it was on Bar Rescue. So they're going to go like once or twice, but most likely it's just going to be fucking mismanaged again and no one's going to fucking go back. So, but hey, that's what makes for good TV, and I'm going to keep watching it. because John Taffer is goddamn hilarious. If anyone doesn't know, he had that other show too. It was called like Marriage Rescue, where he brought couples down to like Costa Rica, wherever the fuck was it? Let me see. Marriage. I can't spell because I'm an idiot. Marriage Rescue. Oh yeah, let me read this little synopsis for you. Fresh from his success on the series Bar Rescue, first of all, that show came out in 2019. Bar Rescue's been on since like 2013, maybe. Fucking long time. Since 2011. So I wouldn't say that's fresh off of his success. I'd say that's pretty deep into the fucking career there. But fresh from his success on the series Bar Rescue, John Taffer turns his attention towards couples on the verge of splitting up, probably not true, and uses his unorthodox approach, screaming, to help them mend their relationships. He applies similar tactics, screaming again, to a diverse group of spouses ranging from newlyweds to couples who have been together for decades, to allow the couples to escape any distractions from the daily grind of their lives. Taffer transport them by hand, just kidding, to a 5-star beach resort in the Caribbean to put them through a series of tests. After the test, couples either leave the show together or opt to part ways. From what I'm seeing here, there was like 6 episodes. It got a 4 out of 10. And dude, it says like, they'll send them through fucking challenges or whatever. Wait, what did it say exactly? He applies similar tactics ranging from newlyweds couples, schemes right, the test, yeah, just like different tests and shit. But the tests are like, like this couple doesn't communicate well. And the one that I saw, he made them go like, he made them play paintball or something. Like, how does that help? How is like a competent, like that is just going to make you want to shoot your fucking spouse in the face with a paintball gun? Like that's not going to help you like communicate better. And also keep in mind, if you watch it, the only reason that he feels that he has any sort of footing in this sort of realm of work is because he says like, oh, on Bar Rescue, I don't just rescue bars, I rescue relationships too. It's like, no, you don't, you fucking idiot. You just scream at them for like a couple days and they just get worn down to the point where they're like, fuck, maybe we should just work together. Like, this is fucking ridiculous. You know, I'm tired of having this old man in his poor fitting suits and his creepy big smile and turkey neck yelling down my throat. Oh my God, I'm just looking at the pictures now. This guy is so ridiculous looking. He literally looks like a fucking cartoon character. But yeah, Bar Rescue, that show I could watch nonstop. Marriage Rescue, on the other hand, it's just too cringe. I can't imagine, and you know, these people who I can't imagine are in like having real relationship problems just because of the shit you have to go through to get on like TV to begin with. Like, imagine you're actually having some real problems, like with your spouse, like maybe some cuckold situation going on, like you're just being like your spouse is cheating on you, or you really haven't had any good communication for years, and then the way you're going to solve it is by having this food and beverage expert scream at you with cameras in your face. That's just going to add such an extra level of stress, I feel like. Like, that's just going to make me want to kill everyone, let alone my spouse. Like, anyone in my path is just going to be going down. Oh, wait. There's a nice burp for you guys. But, yeah. I need some other new shows, too. Just finished Tiger King. And I don't know, but by the end, I got kind of bored with it. It just seemed like the same shit over and over. But, I mean, definitely a good series and worth watching. I wonder if Joe Exotic has been raped in prison. He probably definitely has been, dude. He might be loving it in there. He's like, yeah, I got my... Just, you know, he's got the mullet, something for those dudes to hold on to while they're just bucking back into him. Poor Joe. Poor Joe Exotic. He did so dirty in that. I can't get that fucking image out of my head now. It was, oh yeah, ride me like a tiger. Oh my God, Joe. What are you gonna do? Oh, I'm glad it's a nice day out today. It means I can fucking can go for another drive. I did this morning to drop some shit off at the mail for my mom, and I just turned that into like an hour-long drive. And I found this old playlist that I saved. It was like one of the first, when I first got Spotify, I saved this it's literally just called the Feeling Good playlist. And I was just running through a bunch of songs. It started off with Higher Ground by the Not Blind Stevie Wonder. I swear to God, that dude can fucking see at this. Like, I'm getting convinced of it at this point. I've just heard, like, my friend said it years ago in middle school, and we're all like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? But I've heard too many stories and shit like that, where I think he might just be like, I think it might be partial blindness. Is what, like, I'm not saying he's not blind, but I don't know if the dude's totally blind. Like, he might have some daredevil type senses going on at this point. But yeah, that fucking song Higher Ground is awesome. I love songs that ever since I was a kid, if there's any song that I hear with like a decent kind of funky or upbeat beat to it, I can't help but just fucking start moving a little bit. It was always bad whenever we would go to the fucking food store, because they would just or the grocery store, because they would just have music playing throughout it, and I would just start like dancing in the aisles like an asshole, just making a scene while everyone's trying to get their shit. And I honestly, it's hard to restrain myself from doing that today, but that's why I like driving around, because I can just do it in the car and have no one care or really see. But I kind of like it when people see. It's funny. But fuck, I'm gonna toss some song suggestions in the description of this, and let me know in the comments how long you can listen to any of these songs before you just start fucking grooving. Because if you don't have a soul. Because all these songs are just straight boogie material. They're just ass shaking bumps coming your way. What are some? Let me pull up one right now. Let me look through my list. I just saved a bunch. I like I go through such cycles with music. Like, I'll save 10 songs and then I'll listen to like only them. I'll listen to only them for a little bit, maybe like a couple weeks, and then I'll get another 10 songs, and then I'll run through those, then another 10. So my music listening patterns are really weird, but it just makes me like certain songs a whole lot and then just hate. Like, anytime I scroll deep through my music, I'm like, hate it, because I've just listened to it non-fucking stop. Oh, man, my diet has been fucking with me too. I feel like every time I do one of these, I sit down and I immediately get hungry. But I've been trying to expand my palate a little bit. Anyone that knows me knows that I eat like a fucking 10-year-old. But I eat like a kid, other than a bunch of random shit. Like, I fuck with oysters, always have. Always loved oysters. Any kind of seafood, I feel like people can get a little squeamish about, but give me the whole fuck. Like, I could just open my jaw like a fucking snake, and you could dump any kind of seafood in there, and I'd be happy. It's so good. I'm just a man of the sea, I guess. There's just salt water in my veins, even though I get boat sick in like 3 seconds, or seasick in like 3 seconds of being on a boat. But yeah, the food is too good. I've been trying to expand my palate a little bit too. The one thing I've always hated, the one thing I'm not changing my mind on, is bananas. I can't stand bananas. I can't stand the smell of them. Even like candy versions. Like, I can't take, like, you know those, what are they? The Wonka, what are they? Runts? Let me see. Willy Wonka Runts. Is that what they are? Yeah, Runts, dude. Oh my God. So I used to love these fucking things, but they would have the little banana ones in there, and they sucked. Also, I always hated how you could buy. I hate it in the movie how any of the kids go to like the store and they buy the Wonka shit. They just buy like the fucking chocolate bars, but then when they go to his factory, you never actually see him do anything with chocolate other than the river. Like everything else, like he has a billion other candies that seem a shitload better than just a brick of fucking chocolate. This goddamn candy elitist sitting up there in his eagle's nest of goodies, and he just produces the shittiest shit for people to eat. He only puts out the chocolate products. He's got a fucking forest of different candies in there, but he just puts out, and it's maybe just me because I don't like straight chocolate that much. I have shitty teeth, so it always fucking just burns right through my cavities anytime I take a bite into a chocolate bar. Also, who just eats, if you pick up, like if you go to like a CVS or something, or you're like, oh, I want to get some snacks, I want to get some candy, and your hand lands on a Hershey bar, that's just not good. That's such a weird fucking choice. Like, straight chocolate? Like, you're not even going to toss, like, not even like a Crunch bar. It's got a little snap to it, got a little something out extra in there, something to make your taste buds go, ooh, something to make it pop. Like, just chocolate alone? What is this, fucking 1940? Like, is it, like, are you just introduced to candy for the first time? The fuck? Just chocolate? No, I don't fuck with that. But, forget what oh yeah, so, like I was saying, I just went on a tangent there about Willy Wonka and his creepy factory where he tortures children and probably has sex with a bunch of those, orange people. What are they, Oompa Loompas? Yeah, try to tell me he spends all that time in there and he hasn't pegged at least one of those oomps. He shoved his oompa in one of their loompas, but runts anyway. Anytime we would get runts, I would always get them when we would go down to the Jersey Shore because there was like this candy store right nearby. But I would always take out the fucking banana ones because they're putrid. But yeah, I can't stand bananas, but the one thing I've been trying to expand my palate with recently is apples. Because it's something I've always wanted. I've always wanted to like apples just because they seem just like the ultimate fruit in a way. They're just the quintessential fruit. So I went to the supermarket and I just looked. Luckily, they had like a whole selection. And that's honestly something I didn't even know about until recently, that there was just like a billion different kinds of fucking apple. Because I feel like the only one I had ever tried was the main one. Let me see. Different types. I'm going to have to start putting more videos in here so you can see what I'm actually doing on my computer. But different types of apples. Let's see this chart. One that's not blurry would be nice. There's one just called a Jonathan. What a fucking lame like, really? Like, that's what you land at? Like, how? All of them else have pretty cool names, or they'll describe it in a way, like a Honey Crisp, or, man, now I'm realizing that none of these have anything to do with it. A Cortland, a Rome, an Empire. The fuck? That has nothing to do. And then half of them have the same fucking description. Crisp bite. Oh, this one says spicy. A Jonamac. Cross between a Macintosh and a Jonathan. Rich and spicy. A gold. Oh, this is the one I just had the other day. This is probably the only apple that I ate straight down to the core like an adult. Like a real fucking man. I ate this golden delicious, this gingery smooth taste known for its sweetness. All these are like, it's either sweet or tart, I guess. Firm apple. That's a nice way to describe an apple. Firm apple. But I wonder what else. If I like those now, what else did I tried the golden delicious. I tried a pink lady on a suggestion from a friend. That one wasn't bad. I thought Granny Smiths were kind of my go-to because they just taste like candy, honestly. That was one thing that always pissed me off about fruit, too, that I feel like just put a bad taste in my mouth to begin with, is I was always hesitant to try them And my parents would always be like, nah, it's just fruit. It just tastes like, no, it's not fruit. It tastes like a candy. It just tastes like candy. And then I would take one bite and I'd be like, okay, you've never tried fucking candy because it's 10 times better than this. So I always just had a fucking hatred for that and for the way that fruit was presented to me. I always just thought of fruit as liars and just fake candy. But now that I'm a mature adult who has a refined palate, trying apples for the first fucking time in his life, I'm realizing they're not that bad. They're not that bad. What the fuck is this one? Pink Pearl? What? Dude, this thing's just fucking pink in the middle. That's so cool. Pink Pearl apple. When to buy? I want one of these. I'm a sucker. For anyone that knows me knows I'm a sucker for good branding. And that to me is just nature's good branding for an apple. Oh my God. Pink Pearl apples ripen in late August to mid-September. It is a wonderful table apple and makes a beautiful pink applesauce. It is great for fresh eating, pies, chutney, baking, applesauce, and basically anything that you would use a fucking apple for. Like, what was he going to say? Like, oh, this apple's great to put in your car and use as a substitute for gasoline. It's good for eating, pies, and applesauce. The fucking 3 things you use apples for, and that's it. Fucking stupid as shit. Chutney. What's chutney? That sounds... I feel like that's an Indian thing. Or maybe it's not. And I'm just... the term chutney... Let me see. Place of origin, Indian subcontinent. I'm fucking right. I knew it. Condiments. Let me see what other good condiments there are. I'm just going to go on a condiment tangent here. Condiments. Relish is gross. Sauerkraut is gross. I'm just going to say that right off the bat. But both of them are fucking... Anything that has like that much sort of like vinegar shit to it. Ugh. That's why I hate pickles too. It's like, oh, you know what will make this fucking burger better? Vinegar chips, which is basically just pickles, just wet, soggy, and crunchy somehow too, little chips of vinegar. Fucking putrid. What are there's literally, who asks on Google, I just typed in condiments, but who types in what are examples of condiments? And I'm going to type that in right now, actually. What are examples of condiments? What is a condiment? From the dictionary, from Macmillan Dictionary blog. Something such as salt, pepper, or a sauce that you put on food at the table to make it taste better. I don't think being at the table is a crucial part of that. I think a condiment can be in a fridge. I don't think it has to reach the table to be a condiment. Popular condiments from around the world include mayo. Ugh, fucking putrid also. Mayo's disgusting. Salsa. Is salsa a condiment? Yeah, I guess it is, because you really only use it for dip. That just seems like its own kind of thing. I don't know why. I feel like salsa is salsa, but then I don't know. I don't take that as a condiment. Banana sauce. What the fuck are you doing, Philippines? Banana sauce. Vegemite. Ugh, gross. I feel like no one actually likes that stuff. That's from Australia, though. They're fucking insane. Like, I feel like that's just like a power move that they do. Like, yeah, I put Vegemite on my toast because I've got fucking balls of steel, you understand? You know, they just will do fucking anything. I don't know if you've ever tried Vegemite, but that's just motor oil, in like a thick motor oil. Sriracha, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about sriracha. I feel like it's just kind of kitschy at this point to use sriracha. I feel like it's one of the... It's almost like got like this reputation, in my opinion, of like a kale. Where a lot of people will go like, oh my God, like sriracha. I don't know why I picked kale for that. But I feel like it had its moment in time where people were just all about it. But it's actually not fucking good. Hoisin sauce. What is that? Let me look that up. Uncultured fuck. Hoisin sauce. Oh, is that what you use for like the meats? Is that like, what's the difference? Hoisin sauce for soy sauce. I wonder what the actual name for the yummy sauce is. I like that that's so condescending that they use that as the name in like America or for like at hibachis and stuff. Like they just had some board meeting in fucking China. Like they had the actual name. Like, what should we call it just so these idiot Americans will fucking eat it? It's like, how about yummy sauce? Like they're stupid enough to just fucking eat that right up. It's like you go to a restaurant, like, oh, excuse me, sir, like what's this little pink sauce you put next to my steak? And they're just like, is yummy sauce. It's a yummy sauce. It's very good, yummy sauce. Like this is like the perfect cop out for when you don't know how to fucking speak English and you don't want to deal with people. Like don't worry about it. It's fucking yummy. Okay, just eat it. And to their credit, that is some yummy ass sauce. I love that shit. Anytime I go to one of those like hibachi places, I just get the steak and shrimp. Oh, get some yummy sauce on that bitch. Ugh, so good. Could always gobble down some of that. Oh, that's probably, I swear that might be, I'm picking now, that might be the first thing I go to eat once this quarantine's over. Not quarantine, self-isolation. I did it, fuck. But once this is all over, there's this place near me, Akira 2, and me and my friend always go, and I get this giant plate of fried rice, steak, and shrimp with a bunch of the sauce. And, oh my God, it's so good. My mouth is watering right now thinking about that. It's so simple and so good. And in my opinion, if you are over the age of, let's say, maybe like 12, and you go to a hibachi place and you still get like the whole show thing, you need to grow up. Because at that point, like when I go to one of those places, unless you're maybe like with relatives or like younger kids who really get into that stuff, I'm hungry. I'm really fucking hungry when I go to those places because you go there because you want a big meal. So you go there hungry. And what I don't want to see is this guy just playing with my food in front of me. Like, just cook it, dude. It's just like you're torturing yourself. That's almost like KBBQ too. Like, I get that that's like the whole thing is like you're supposed to make it and you kind of keep ordering stuff. But it's just torturing yourself to watch it just slowly cook in front of you with all this uncooked meat around. And they give you all these bullshit sides that no one's really going to get into. It's just like these weird cold vegetables and like kimchi and shit. It's like, yeah, that's not going to hold me over while I'm waiting for this steak to cook. Like, I'm not a rabbit. I don't want your weird leaves in this weird little wet bowl. What's with those wet bowls, too? Why is their salad always wet? And it's not because of sauce. There's always like condensation on the outside, and I'm pretty sure that's because they make it in giant batches and then just put it in the freezer, which is gross. That's part of the reason I don't eat those little salads, not to mention I don't like salad. Big shocker there for anyone who couldn't have figured that out from everything else I've said. But, yeah, I don't like those little wet salads. They just put me off. I will down that miso soup, though. That shit's good. Fucking, oh, I'm sorry, I got a text. Motherfucker, all right. How are we doing on time here? I don't know. Oh, yesterday I made these hot dogs because I've been making a lot of hot dogs. First off, for anyone who doesn't know, the correct way to make hot dogs, you get a pan, you put a bunch of butter in it, let that simmer down, and then let your hot dogs cook in the butter. Ugh. That was so good. So good. We just call them butter dogs here. Like, we won't even say, like I'll just go down in the basement because my dad is working from home right now, and I'll just be like, butter dogs? And he'll know what the fuck is up. But I was making some butter dogs yesterday, and I put some cheese on top and then covered the pan so it got nice and melty. Oh, so good. So delish. So I might have to go whip up some butter dog. I also thought that would be a perfect, like a food truck. Butter dogs and burgers. Like just simple, super unhealthy food that's just really good. Nothing else on the menu. Apparently, I was asking, it'd be hard to, because I thought a better one would be butter dogs and beer. Because, I don't know, once you get burgers, then you get kind of convoluted. Like with hot dogs, you can just give people the hot dog. You can have all the condiments outside so they can worry about that shit themselves. Burgers can be a little more work, but let me see. Food truck liquor license. Can I get a... While some food trucks do go through the steps to get liquor license, doing so comes with a lot of complications. Yeah, that already seems... yeah, so you need to have like an enclosed area, I guess. Like, so I guess if you were at like maybe you could do it every once in a while. I guess it's kind of weird too that you have just booze and you're moving like liquor in your vehicle. I guess that might be part of it too. But it's not like you're on the go. That'd be so cool though. If like on the highways, they just had little trucks that would pull up next to you. And if it was like, as long as you had someone in like the passenger seat that could deal with the shit, like you place your order and then they come up next to you and they'll just like throw fucking hot dogs in your car or something, or like little snacks. Oh, that'd be awesome. Someone's got to do that. As complicated of an idea as that would be. Or maybe not even like as set up of a thing. Like you can just see on a map where they are at the time. And if you're lucky enough, maybe like ice cream trucks. Like if you're there at the time, then you get it. There's no requests there. But if there was just like these little trucks that would just go down on the roads and you could just get snacks from them real quick. Oh, that'd be so cool. Man, I would love that. What else? All right, yeah, I think, I don't know, I think next episode I'm going to try to get another guest on. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I just said that like twice in a row. Fucking retard. But I think I want to have more guests. I would love to get a co-host on this, honestly, to bounce some, just shit off of. I feel like I can talk more about stuff when I'm actually with someone else instead of just me rambling. But anyway, I'm also going to, I think once I get to episode 10, I'm going to make like either like a Twitter or an Instagram page for people to follow, just so they can maybe get some updates if you guys have liked the show, when new episodes are going to come out and what they're going to be about. Things like that. So this has been episode 8 of The Nest with your least favorite host, Michael Keller. Thank you so much again for tuning in. I don't know if you guys can hear me scratching my head. I don't know why I'm so itchy today through the mic, but yeah, this is episode 8. Thank you so much for tuning in. It means so much to me. And I will see you on episode 9. So goodbye. Deuces.